Oh, okay, I started with Terra, and you get the word terrific, right? Which could be like shock and awe, or awe, appalling, right? Like it could be shocking and appalling, or it could be shocking and awesome, or awesome or something. And you can make up your mind, like how you feel about anything. Um, but again, there's always something that every time I try to get somewhere with a um, I guess it's all ish. Every time I try to get somewhere with ish, and it opens up other areas, and I can't. Terra. Okay, so that's the feminine principle followed up by the masculine principle. After Terra is Baal. Baal's the dude sitting on, I don't know, he's trying to, like in he's sitting on a throne. Sitting on a throne. He has a son, he's a sun god too, I think. So, and he like, I guess people thought he liked children, so they brought him their children. Just a metaphor again for different ways that people rationalize today how to do that shit. You know, like as long as it's like as long as you fall into the category or something of what you're supposed to be, then that's what you are. You know, if you woke up on the mortician's table, you know, like they'd be like, "Oh no, sorry, sir, you don't understand. You're dead," and they hit you with the hammer, and it's because they don't have enough imagination to know that somebody waking up on the mortician table would be a PR, free PR from counties and all other states and shit, and they would get endorsed, and they would probably do very well, and they would keep their account, and with all the same woes and the same issue, the same ish, and they wouldn't even think about it when they poured their cornflakes, when they pour milk over their cornflakes. That might be a thing. Um, but from Baal, you get ballistics, and there's technology, and um, what's it called? And I'm insinuating that there's a modality for developmental of technology that came along later, right? I think there were smelters or something, like it had something to do with metallurgy or something, maybe. Somebody's gonna have to get back to me on that because I don't even know. But ballistics is also part of thermodynamic aeronautics, even in the sense that it's not that it's shooting something, right? It's already a missile, and it's you know a missile hits its target by missing. It has to miss in order to calibrate, in order to onto the target. Um, but they used some other people's mystery system, and their mystery system came from the the Kalipoth, which is like medicine, technology, you know, science, um, is autonomy through knowledge of roots, like chemistry, you know, like it basically agriculture, food, like all this stuff. All of the knowledge came from people who didn't even need it, didn't even use it, you know. And that's a hard thing to kind of wrap your mind around, but it makes all the sense in the world too. Like, um, shit, I had to lose my train of thought. Thermodynamic aeronautics is derived from the concept of seed technology and the intent of putting on a shell. Like, you could put on a shell to protect information from shock, or you can put on a shell to dispensiate the shock to basically kill, right? And the information is loaded into a cannon or a pistol, which is like a gun. A penis is like a gun and a tesseract, and your body is also the diagram of a box. A crucifix is a tesseract, and a tesseract is a symbol of a positive or a negative charge. That's why it's either upside down or right side up. Because when it's up, it's dispensed its payload, which is the information protected by the shell, and its designation is a distant planet, an ocean on a distant planet. Then when it's down, it's cocked and it's loaded. Cock. It's anyways. Yeah, I am loaded. Yeah, but so ballistics, uh, thermodynamic aeronautics. Aeronautics comes from the verminas, which is it's like flying carousels and the Astraveda. It could be the Rig Rig Rigveda or the Astraveda. I don't know. Anyways, I think a lot of those books I always considered them to all be a part of a collection that I um, even though Bobby Hemmett did not say that those were books in the Nume Elish. I think he said that the Epic of Gilgamesh was in there, and they're like realms of literature, like stacked on top of each other, and it's like one of them is like a song, right? Because the Vedaics would sing um, the Rig Veda. Yeah, that's right. I think they probably trained probably to be able to sing like. But when it's funny when cities were destroyed and everything, like uh, the gods would be like arguing, fighting. Then there was principalities that would be like postulating certain questions, and then all the people, everybody was just laughing and having fun, all up to the moment that the city is destroyed and everything. But there are some questions about how come they couldn't save the city that were like um, questions that were posed to these natures. Like the city was destroyed by natures, and they were asking like what, like they were saying all these great things about their city and the people, and asking why I had to go, and nature's responses. It's pretty tight. I mean, not that I even read it. What the fuck is going on? Like, I seriously just get a lot from a title, or from having a book, or like there's like I get one copy of like White Key comic with Robin Hood or something on it, and I'm doing all this galad of shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Petrels and the mocked Gecht of the, what are those? The Threshins, the Threshian. They're beer. People make beer. People make ale, beer, because they didn't have hard water treatment that make water taste good. The thing is, like, okay, so knowledge, science, whatever, it gets fractured, and every different society is missing a piece. And that, you know, it's all the same science, but it's just fractured. Uh, Maybe the Bible is trying to tell us what that piece is that's missing in the epistles to the churches. Where I think only two churches get good reviews is like Smyrna, and Philadelphia get actually like be like you would say a passing review. The other ones were like fuck to all hell. You're a hellhole. They were saying those were hellhole times. Hellhole times like I don't know, dark era or something. I shouldn't laugh about it because there could be another one. How would there not? That's the other thing. Let me not go there. Let me stop right there. It's not for me to do that. Mm. I got Pimp Squad has to hold it down. That would make it good all. That would be a good all if I held it down. Like Pimp Squad. Not a good all, but a good not a good all, but a good all or something. All's good, and well, it's late, so I gotta go to work.